Are you in the mood for some guilt-free snacks? So if you are, then just keep watching. I'm Kristen. Welcome to my channel, and I have a couple of great recipes for you that will help you stay on track. Okay, so first of all, I have some homemade protein bars. They just have 4 ingredients. Starting off with a natural peanut butter. This just has peanuts and salt. That's it. No extra oils or anything, so they're very healthy. So I have about 1.5 cups here that I need, so I just have a small jar of it, and I pour it into a bowl along with about 1.5 cups or a cup of protein powder. I will link this recipe in the description box, because I'm not very good at the measurements right now. But anyway, so to the protein powder and the peanut butter, add in some sugar-free powdered sweetener. So this is sugar-free, by the way, no oils, it's gluten-free. It'll help. It's just a really great snack you can have. Just keep it in the fridge or the freezer. Actually, I recommend the freezer. And you can just grab one whenever if you're running out the door and you need to eat something real quick that will keep you satisfied and full for a little bit. This is a great recipe for you. So I have an 8x8 baking dish here. We're not baking it. I'm just putting it in the baking dish, and I have it lined with a piece of parchment paper. This stuff is a little bit hard to work with. It's just really, it's sticky. Okay, it's supposed to be that way. That's the way it is, but it's just, this way is just so much more cost effective than buying protein bars out of the grocery store, because first of all, you're paying for, extra ingredients that you really don't need if you're trying to stay on the healthy track. And, this is just a really great way to have a ready-made healthy snack at your disposal whenever you need it. This is, I make these for my husband because he's a diabetic, and I have sugar-free chocolate chips here. I'm just gonna melt them in the microwave for like 15 seconds. Stir it, put it in for another 15 seconds until it's all nice and melted. Stir it and then put it over the protein mixture and then stick it in the freezer, and there you go. They're ready for you. My husband really likes these. I've made these like 3 or 4 times, and my whole family eats them. I mean, they're great for my son to grab right before he goes to soccer practice, so he has a little boost of energy. I like to grab some before if I'm leaving the house and going out the door, so you don't have to cook anything. You just have a snack ready for you that is gonna actually be beneficial to your body, instead of just grabbing something quick and that's full of empty calories. This is a great option. So after it's in the freezer, then slice them into bars. The chocolate is cracking because it was in the freezer, and the parchment paper kind of mushed down on the bars when I was putting the lid on. So I apologize for the messiness. It doesn't look as wonderful as in the recipe, but they are great, and it will be linked for you. Okay, the other recipe is little English Madeleines with raspberry and coconut. So first of all, you're going to want to get together the raspberry jelly, because that is going to need time to completely cool before you roll your little cakes in it. So first of all, we have some sugar-free raspberry preserves, and then we're going to mix in 1/2 cup of water, and then we're going to put this on the stove and let it over medium-low, and let it just gently cook and thicken a little bit. And then after that is done, then strain out the seeds with a fine mesh strainer, and then you're gonna put it in a bowl, strain it over a small bowl, and then these are chia seeds, and this is gonna help the jelly to thicken even further. I just put them in the blender really quick, just to kind of, powder them down a little bit, so they weren't so chunky, I guess, in the jelly. But yes, stir it, and I put mine in the fridge for a little bit to help it cool down even faster. So now we have the dry ingredients, which is almond flour and coconut flour. This is going to replace all-purpose flour. This recipe is sugar-free and gluten-free also for my husband. A little treat for him to have. Baking powder, let's see, and xanthan gum. That is an ingredient I've never worked with before, but it's going to help to stabilize and keep your cakes from crumbling apart. And it worked really well. The texture of these cakes came out really nice. I was kind of impressed. And my husband really liked these cakes because they weren't too sweet. And it was just pleasant. He likes raspberry and coconut. And these are kind of a copycat, healthier version of the Hostess Zingers, right? Did anybody eat those when they were a kid with the coconut on the outside and the raspberry and the cake? Yeah, my husband loved those. And I saw this recipe on Pinterest and I just had to try it for him because I thought he would really like it. So as you could tell, I had all of the wet ingredients. I'm pouring it into the dry ingredients. Just stir it until combined. Don't go any further than that because we don't want to make these tough and dense. So I'm just going until all of the dry ingredients is in there and gone and you can't see anymore and you're done. Quit stirring. Okay, and then you have your preheat your oven to 375. Grease a muffin pan, or you could use a popover pan, but I didn't have that, so I just used muffin pan. Grease them 375, 13 to 15 minutes, and I think I did 13 minutes, and they came out perfect. See, look, no crumbs on the toothpick. They came out awesome. Turn them out onto a cooling rack and allow them to completely cool. You know, number one. These only make about 6, I believe. I think that's what I got. But anyway, it was fine. This is a treat just for my husband. We weren't going to touch it, the kids and I. So, you know, it's okay that it didn't make it a lot because after he's done with these, then he'll be done with them. So, yeah, I think I got 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, somewhere in there. But anyway, it was a perfect amount for my husband. Okay, and then the coconut coating, which is the last step in this recipe. So I have some coconut and then the powdered sweetener substitute. I didn't know that existed. I was like so impressed, you know. And it works really well for powdered sugar, sugar-free. I mean, you can't go wrong. So mix the coconut and the powdered substitute together in a bowl, and then I'm ready to start rolling the little cakes in the jelly, and then you roll it in the coconut, and there you go. Boom, a guilt-free dessert that you will enjoy. I'm sure of it because my husband liked it, and I'm sure you will too. I will have this recipe linked also in the description box for you. Both these recipes are on Pinterest. That's where I find a lot of my recipes that I try on my channel, which I love. I love Pinterest. It's really, really helped me out with my channel to inspire me. And I found so many recipes that I want to try for my husband because now that he's a diabetic, it's really hard to switch over what I usually cook, and now I have to just think outside the box and come up with completely different things that are good for my husband to eat also, because I want him to be healthy and I want him to keep everything under control and just be a good boy and do what he's supposed to do. And I'm trying to make that easier on him. So here they are. They're gorgeous. They're wonderful. He loved them. Make them. You'll like it too. Please subscribe if you like my content, and if you want to see more recipes like this, then subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!